Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel to Only Movies, and today we're going to talk about there's been an announcement that they're saying there's going to be another Grinch movie with the Jim Carrey, not the animated film, live action film. Um, they said there's been talk for this. I've been hearing this for a long time that there's going to be a second Grinch movie. But for Jim Carrey, he said probably, but for real, like he didn't want to because with the prosthetic that he's been wearing from the Grinch was really tough for him. um, but I know like some people always think like, oh, it's pretty cool to see another Grinch movie, this and that. But in my opinion, I always tell so many people we really don't need a sequel franchise in so many films like that. For me, I see no point. Like a good example for me, I thought they should have never done was Beetlejuice 2. For me, Beetlejuice 1 was perfect, just one movie because it's been like over 30 years and they finally did one. But for me, films that are like over 10 years or past 5 years, to do another sequel like that, for me, I see no point in doing it. But yet, Hollywood has not come up with new, fresh ideas to make a movie, and it gets annoying and stuff. Cause like, if you've seen this last 5 years, even more than 5 years, all they've been doing is just remake, reboots, franchise, continuation, prequels, and so much so that we don't seem to see watch anything fresh and new. Yeah, there's a few little here and there, little indie movies and stuff like that is great, but they don't seem to push it to get for people to get to notice, or like Hollywood doesn't take the gamble and try to make new movies like they used to do back in the day. Like you see like horror movies with franchise like Friday the 13th, Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Each year they had a new new sequel, new film year but after year after they made their first success from their first film and stuff. But yet you don't see anything like that in films anymore. So with the Grinch and all, I feel like there's no need, even though yes, there is more than one book of the Grinch. There's not just how the Grinch Stole Christmas. There's a few other ones. I believe he's one with Halloween. I believe they said. I know he's like helping Cindy Lou to bring back her Christmas spirit and stuff like that. And the other one is with the Grinch versus Cat and Hat. I believe there was. But for me, for those they could have done just with animation instead of doing a live action, because I feel like Jim Carrey did a perfect, amazing job with this one, and there's no need for a sequel. Yes, people are gonna say, okay, since he doesn't want to deal with the prosthetics and the makeup and all that, they have new technology with the CGI, like they did with Planet of the Apes and the Avatar movies and stuff like that. Carrey, I'm sure he'll be happy to do it because of that. But for my opinion, I love when they do prosthetics and the makeup and stuff. Every time you can see like each photos you see right here that how they did the Grinch, his makeup looked pretty amazing. I know it wasn't easy. It doesn't look easy for Jim Carrey to be wearing all that heavy suit, and I'm sure it was really hot because they had to hire a military guy to force him to do it and stuff and endure the pain and all. But for me, I love prosthetic works on movies. It seems more realistic compared to CGI work, and all the stuff what they did with the background with the trees, the Christmas light, the houses, and all that feels so amazing from like imaginary from a book that you just read and stuff. That comes out of your mind and stuff and all that kind of stuff. And yet, if they do CGI with this, like yeah, there was few CGI in the Grinch movie because you can't do the mountain all like real and stuff and all that, the snow and all that stuff they did in the film. But like I'm trying to say, the house and all that stuff they did in the city was pretty amazing because they did with practical effects and they did it by scratch and stuff, not rely on CGI so much like that and all. And for me, I feel like it's just cash grab for Hollywood again. It's like, okay, let's make another Grinch movie because people have been going to Universal and they've been visiting the Grinch. They're in love. But of course, they're in love with visiting the Grinch at the Universal and stuff. It's because they love the Grinch movie. They love the book and stuff. The people who grew up with. I grew up with the Jim Carrey and the book as well, not just the film. And it's like very like part of Christmas and all. Like that's my number one Christmas movie, the How the Grinch Stole Christmas and all. But like I said, I don't see a point of making another film from it. It's like just for me, just leave it alone. Like yes, I love Jim Carrey. I know he said back in the day he would never do sequels for any of his films because you don't see him in The Mask 2. Of course, they went with someone else and all. Yes, there's two that Ace Ventura movies, but for me that kind of worked better compared to like him doing like I said, The Mask couldn't have been just one movie. Of course, you see him do like, well, now they did another sequel for Dumb and Dumber. I feel like they couldn't just stay with one film, but that's another film they did with 30 years later. They did a sequel. And of course, yeah, Sonic, I do understand he has to do sequels and stuff because Sonic has so much sequels for that to continue on to introduce new characters and all. And Eggman's the main villain and all. But Jim Carrey didn't really need to do so much sequel in films, like he said. He should just stick to one, and I say The Grinch should just stay into one. But yet, knowing Hollywood, they're still gonna push it no matter what, because they're gonna think, okay, people really want The Grinch, they want to see it, they want to go watch it in theaters and stuff. So let's do another one. And for me, I don't know, they still haven't have a written script or anything. They don't have a who's gonna be directing and all that stuff. But like I said, it's gonna be over 30 years because the Grinch movie has been over 20 years, and for the next Grinch film, it's gonna be over 30 years because we're in 2026. The first Grinch came out in what, 99 or 2000. It's like 26 years, 27 years later, and the next one won't be ready until like in 30 years because, like I said, they have nothing ready. They're just announcing that, okay, we're gonna have another Grinch movie. But for me, like I said, there's no point in doing another sequel. Just leave it alone and just rewatch the Grinch movie or watch the anime, the original from the early 50s, 60s, the animation that they did later, like what, from 2019, 18, 17. And of course, Jim Carrey, just rewatch those. Like every Christmas year, I always watch the Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas because it's a perfect movie to rewatch every year, especially for the holidays. And I say don't need a sequel and stuff, so just leave it alone. So, but and as much as we say anything, it's like Hollywood not to make any more sequels or any other more films for us. They don't listen to us. All they care is about the money. Money is for them is more important than what our opinion. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you think it's a good idea, is it a bad idea, is it better to just leave it as one film and just rewatch the first Grinch movies? But let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.